With everything that's going on at the moment, I know lots of people are running out of things. Many of you probably know this, is common knowledge. But for those of you that don't, this is how you make your own mayonnaise. Now, it's not the easiest, well, it is easy, but it can split. So this could go well or not, but hopefully it'll go well. 9 out of 10 times we do okay. So I'm going to do it straight into a jar that I'm going to keep it in. I've only got this much oil. Look at the pot, it's given up like they all do. So you need vegetable oil, pepper, salt, that's my salt, little salt whale there. Pepper, salt, bit of mustard, malt vinegar, just a standard malt vinegar, and egg. Remember that homemade mayonnaise has raw egg in it, so I think you have to be careful if you're pregnant or elderly. I don't know if that's changed now, but just be aware. It goes into the fridge and it should keep, I think, 2 to 3 days if it's sealed and kept at a proper temperature. So here goes. So nice free range eggs. Free range eggs, you can't, for the difference in price, you can get them everywhere. Your local store has them. We've picked them up from a local lady. The company name is Davenders.
It's Ariane from Tintush Farm in Clonogvawr.
Yeah, so distance selling. She dropped them off. We picked them up from her, sort of distance away. We PayPal'd the money in. So we get a big tray. We go through a lot of eggs here with all things we do. Lots of omelettes, baking, one thing and another. Okay, so initially I'm going to start. Oh, that was a good start because I just got a tiny bit of shelling. You don't want that in mayonnaise. So, free range egg. Now I might have to add another, but I'm going to try it with one. Now the reason I'm starting off with quite a narrow pot is you're going to use a hand blender. You can do this with a fork, but it's something that takes ages, but you can do it manually. So what you're basically doing is adding air into the mayonnaise. So what I'll do firstly, I'm going to put some pepper in. Now if you look on the side of mayonnaise, there's probably quite a bit of seasoning in there and various things. This has no additives, that's why it doesn't keep that long. And that's why I'm making 1 egg full. I'm not going to put the vinegar in yet because sometimes it splits it, so I put it in after. Sorry about the noise. You can see, let me move that out of the way. Yeah, going into it. Then you very gradually add the oil. Now sometimes it's easier to have someone doing this with you, just to add it gently. You can do it yourself. What you're looking for is it to go basically to a mayonnaise consistency. Now I'm just running it onto the top of the blendy bit, and there is a point where you'll think, oh, this isn't going to go. If you're using non-free, just battery eggs, it doesn't do as well, to be honest. I don't know. There's something to do with the yolk. Now it's starting to thicken, luckily. And as you start to pour it in, you'll start to see it. Oh, it smells lovely, actually. So now I'm getting it up to more what looks like a mayonnaise consistency. I'll get my spoon in there in a minute and show you. So I've not been through that much of the oil. You keep putting the air in. Sometimes you can get a bit cocky and do it too quick, and then all of a sudden it'll split. So keep moving it around, moving it around, moving it around. So I'll show you now. Oh, that was the egg. Right. You can see now, that's the pepper in there. See? And what happens is when you put it into the fridge, it seems to thicken up a bit as well. So now I'm going to put my malt vinegar in, because that gives it the taste you recognise. So I'm going to put about that much in. And I'm also going to put in a bit of mustard. This is Dijon mustard. Now the nice thing about your own mayonnaise is you can put in whatever you like. So you can add garlic granules, you can add mint. Smoked paprika is lovely. Chop up some onion and put it in if you want it as a bit like a dip. So if you're thinking, oh, got lots of carrots and fancy a dip type thing, this works too. Hang on, so I'm just going to get my mustard and Dijon in now. Now, obviously that's not giving you a massive quantity, but it's not bad. So if you want more, just add a bit more oil. Remember, as the more oil you add, you lose a bit of taste. So you have to increase your seasoning. You'll feel it thickening. Now if you're making more, if you need like a whole tub, say if you're doing, I don't know what you'd be doing with that much mayonnaise, but say you need a lot more, remember it doesn't keep as long or anywhere near because you haven't got the additives in it. This is purely additive free. So if you want more, I would start with 2 eggs, a bit more seasoning, a bit more mustard, a bit more vinegar in, and obviously more oil. But remember, you don't want to waste it. And see how quick that was. Now I'm going to just...
Well, we've only been filming for just over 6 minutes.
Yeah. And most of that was me waffling. So that's your blender there. And like I say, you can do it by hand, but you'll realise it's quite a trial. Let me get another spoon out. Here we go. So that'll mix around. Now remember, when you put this in the fridge, it seems to thicken a little bit. So there is your mayonnaise. Let's have a taste. Always important, before you finish, taste it. It's lovely. It's not the same as bought mayonnaise. We've got a condition to having shop bought mayonnaise, and it has a certain taste. This has its own taste. It's equally as lovely. It's just a matter of getting used to it, and you will get used to it. Like I say, with garlic granules in, you could just simply, you don't have to add it to the whole pot. You could simply get a little bowl, put a few sprinkles in, and then you have garlic mayonnaise. It's that easy. Or you can use fresh garlic. But remember, for your quantities, you don't want to, you're not keeping vampires away, so you need to sort of just have a little bit in that sort of helping. So there we go, sunflower oil, pepper, vinegar, Dijon mustard, if you know, or powdered mustard might do it. English mustard probably would, but you'd have to use a tiny bit. Free range eggs, and then you can add to that whatever you want. Make sure when you put it in, try and stick something on it, even with a bit of sellotape, with the date you made it, so it doesn't sort of take you by surprise 2 weeks down the line and you think, mayonnaise, and
Holy food poisoning.
yes, and then you end up in hospital. So there's your mayo, and you can say to people, homemade mayonnaise is on the table, and it's so simple. Now we make homemade coleslaw. It's so much, well, there's no additives in it, it's easy. I will do it, but I haven't got a white cabbage, but you can do it with white or red cabbage. So I would add that now to thinly sliced white cabbage, a grated carrot, maybe an onion, maybe not, a bit of garlic granules or fresh garlic, and your own mayonnaise, and then you have completely very easy homemade coleslaw. And white cabbage keeps in your fridge for weeks. You just have to cut the edge off it, and then off you go again. So that's, you know, coleslaw on tap. Grated apple's nice in it too, and that gives it a little bit of sweetness. So there we go.